Hi everyone. Today we're gonna analyze the price action of Bitcoin since we posted yesterday on my X account. If you don't follow me, you should do it. It's Osblock Space, and we were talking about how actually price it fell exactly to the price we were talking in our last video. We was around the 103, 101, and did this beautiful ABC from Elliot, and afterwards that was the chance to go in a trade in order to get some chips, and actually it happened. Now, as you can see, when I made that pause, we were around this area, which was around 103, 104. The lowest drop we had was 103, let me see, 103, 400. And from there we have this beautiful bounce. So congratulations to you if you follow me and you follow this this spread action. Now you're in profit. We're gonna analyze as well the price was gonna do next. If it's good to jump in now, should we wait, or what's gonna do next? So just stay around, and we're gonna be checking the Bitcoin prices and other coins as well. And if you still don't know where you can trade, Bitonics is the best platform to do it without KYC. So I recommend you to go to the comments below. There you can find the affiliation link, and you can earn up to 8,000, 10,000 USDT as reward. And you're also going to be supporting the channel. You can do longs and shorts. Just be careful and have some risk management. But yeah, it will be one of the best platforms out there without KYC. Before jumping into the price, I want to also to show something about. I was talking last week actually about all the companies that have been joining in 2025 to take the step of having Bitcoin as a treasury. And today I just saw this news about the AK33. I actually don't follow this company, don't know what actually they're doing, but what I know is that they start buying Bitcoin and they already have 10 Bitcoins in their balance sheet, which is something, it's not that big amount, to be honest. It's they say there is a company is listed on NASDAQ. But it's the beginning. It's just the beginning. And if you know buying Bitcoin, I don't know what to say to you, because you should be buying, and everybody, it doesn't matter if you're a private person or a company. If you're a private person, you should have it already, and you should not hesitate, because you don't want companies to own what gonna give you the best performance with the years, with all the inflation we have, and also the debasement of currency that the government have been doing for so many years, and people is not aware of that. Even though people see most of their families just working for nothing, because when they retire, the money they were saving is worth nothing. So yeah, congratulations to K33 for joining to the space and having Bitcoin as a treasury in their balance sheet. Now we can check the Bitcoin price, and the question is if you can still jump in. For me, it's a big no to jump there. It can go up. Yes, it can go up. It still have a little bit of more time. It can take more time, and the 4 hours could be in tomorrow. Still probably potentially can jump onto this area of the 108 to retest the previous price over there. But I won't recommend that. Why? Because you should enter here when I was pointing it at 103. Now that it's 106. What are you doing there? It's more chance or more possibility to get rejected from this area that continue. It can continue. Yes, I'm pretty sure it will continue, but the risk, according to my strategy, is always to enter below, and when it's touching this orange line, you need to be a little bit more, either taking some profit or just being a little bit more conscious that a big rejection could happen. And that's why it's not the best entry point at this time. Saying that, it doesn't mean that it won't go up. Just keep it in mind for the next time. Right now, we just need to wait and give some more time to the price of Bitcoin to see what actually it's going to do. Let's check it in the daily. And the daily, as you can see, is just bouncing so beautiful from this 103. And as we was talking in the last video, you should go and check it out if you haven't seen it. We just need, I was screaming all the time to have a little bit more patience, because the time was running out of this green valley and we were entering into a red valley, which that means that either the price would stop going up or will consolidate. And as we can see as well, this line which say with how strong is the action of Bitcoin, it's just going down, which that means that it's just cooling off, and we should wait. I don't think there's gonna be a green valley, to be honest, so we should just keep an eye for the next days, because potentially we're gonna go up again to retrace all this area. And yeah, if you see any retracement in the 4-hour chart, you should jump in. I mean, you should be already inside, but once you see a retracement, it will be the time to go in order to catch a good price for the spot price, which is in the hourly and the daily chart. And the weekly, it looks just beautiful, like all the time. Also, we have just one red candle, which is completely fine. It's completely fine. We're just cooling off a little bit in order to go again back to the last leg of what I was pointing already since last year. You can see it here in my pinned message, which is another following the Elliott waves. You can see here we were at 64 and the last leg will be around the 120 at the time. But now, because we have been gaining more time, it would be a little bit more. I just saying all the time I have been speculating around 135, 145. That would be the price to keep an eye. And I'm not saying that that's going to be the price I'm going to reach and then we're going to go down to the bear market. No, I'm just saying that this is like a realistic target according to the Elliott wave. And afterward, we can just take some chips and just observe the price and just go with the price, whatever want to take us, 250 to 200, 250, we will see at the time. But for that, it's really important just to follow what is how strong is the price action, also to see the time and the volume, of course. So just keep that in mind. But I hope that you jump when I was screaming on Onyx to jump in, and congratulations again. You should be in profit already. And if you haven't, or if you just saw right now this video, I would recommend you just to wait a little bit to cool off, and then you can jump in again. But right now it's like we can just have a test like in this area. Unlikely, because after this ABC, we should just go up to search for this area, the 110, 108. So yeah, something else I wanted to check as well is the price of ETH, because ETH have been just dead, as everybody have been calling it. It's doing nothing. And people just making a lot of jokes and memes, which Yes, I understand. Have been really slow this year compared to many other icon like Hype, for example. But now it's quite interesting because it's getting pretty good strength, I would say, and doesn't look that bad. If you take a look and the daily, let me see. Let's see the daily. Yeah, have been just cooling off, not falling yet. In any case, it will felt around the 400, which already did, the 2400. So I don't really expecting, well, I don't really see going and retest the 2300, which is still a possibility, but I don't really see it because it should be down or by now already. So probably we're just gonna make a, or maybe let me see. Let's check the weekly. No, yeah, this is just going up, and the weekly, as you can see, we don't have any strongness to the upwards. So actually, instead to be going up, it should be going down. But because it's doing the opposite, we're just gonna continue going up. Just keep an eye in the next week. If you don't have, I would jump when I see a little cool off, and then a retesting about is 2,400. I don't really think it will go and touch the 2,300, but this will be like an opportunity to get some ETH and then just ride all the way to the 4,000. So you will doing easily. You're gonna be doing a few eggs in this bull market. So just keep an eye. And yeah, also I was checking before. I don't know if I want to go into that, but if you want that I check more deep the price action on some coins, just comment in the comment section, and I will be especially checking the accounts you want me to see. But also, like I was checking Solana and versus ETH, and now there is a point where Solana is losing momentum on the upper side, and it looks like it's gonna be more onto the lower side, and Ethereum is just earning momentum to go to the upper side, which actually align with what I just say right now on the Ethereum chart. So just keep an eye, and if you have, congratulations. If you bought here below, like around the 1,400. And just be patient. That is something really important about crypto, which I was mentioning in the videos before, just to be patient. Bitcoin needed to go down, not because I'm bearish, but because the market just showed the chart saying, and the indicator is saying that it's going to go down or it's going to call off. So why you prefer to buy Bitcoin when it's 108, 111, when you can buy 103? Why you should do that? You just need to have a little bit more patience. So going now with some news about the events of the Bitcoin 2025 conference. We're gonna check what actually Nigel Farage think about the CBDCs, which I think like more and more people also realizing, politicians, not only politicians, but also people realizing how insane are the CBDCs in order to control every transaction of every citizen and remove completely the privacy that we have having so far with the cash, for example. And now they want to control us completely, no matter if you're buying toothpaste, pasta, or whatever thing you're buying, they just want to know everything. And we used to think like Facebook and all these big corporations, they were really bad because they were just knowing everything about you, but now the government want to know everything about you. Listen to this.
comes to bureaucratic oversight, government surveillance, we have CBDCs coming down the pipeline. I think in the UK they call it what? Britcoin? They like to get cheeky over there in the UK, right? So Britcoin versus Bitcoin. So we're not fooled here very easily at the Bitcoin conference. Can we talk a little bit about the dangers of CBDCs and why it's so important that something like Bitcoin exists?
So the only thing the last Conservative government did in this space was to open up a department within our central bank, the Bank of England, to spend money getting us ready for a Bitcoin central bank digital currency. This would be the ultimate form of tyranny. And I can tell you, as I go around the country, people have woken up to what's going on here. And when we win the next election, there'll be a CBDC over my dead body.
Let's see, guys. Hopefully he doesn't die soon because he looks already like more down than up. But it's good news to know like he won't accept any CBDCs. Let's see if he wins. I don't really follow him. I don't know which kind of politician he is in the UK. I will take a look later, but hopefully he's still alive. So let's see. Actually, he was talking about here. He's the, let me see, Prime Minister. Oh, hopeful Prime Minister. And he said that he will lower the capital gains on Bitcoin and digital assets. Let's see. Let's listen to that.
Exclusive for today, the Crypto Assets and Digital Finance Bill.
Months of work, ladies and gentlemen.
We will campaign for this and we'll put it in place when we win the next general election. And what we're saying is bring crypto and digital assets in from the cold. Have a capital gains rate of 10%. And that means if taxes are reasonable, people will pay them. We're going to have a Bitcoin digital reserve in the Bank of England. And we are going to pass legislation that says that no bank can close your account because you're trading in legal crypto or digital products.
No more debanking, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, no more debanking. I mean, the banking have been happening always and always gonna happen. Nobody banking about crypto, yeah, probably. Let's see if that happens. I mean, the good thing is that Bitcoin have been just being teased from being nothing now to be a big political movement and economic disruption that nothing will stop it, because governments are just printing and printing money as crazy and they won't stop because it's the only thing they can know, since they just work with debt, and that is the best thing that can happen to Bitcoin. So let's see how this continue, but it is really nice to see how impact is now. It doesn't matter if he wins or not, it's just now is in the mouth of every politician and in the mouth of everybody, and it will be in the mouth of many others for the time to come. Next, guys, economists are to hate again, like mentioning how Bitcoin easily can go to 1 million. Let's see what he say and when his thinking is coming. It will come for sure. This bull market, I doubt it a lot, but let's see what he say.
And all the aid that was given to the financial sector within the United States, about $4 trillion.
Sorry, guys.
And from the lows of
Let's go again.
And all the aid that was given to the financial sector within the United States totaled about $4 trillion. And from the lows of March of 2020 to 70,000 in 2021 in November, we went up about 10x. Remember, price is set on the margin. It matters about the marginal price, not the whole stock. And so if we have less Bitcoin on exchanges due to ETF demand, and we're printing double the amount of money between now and 2028 than when we did till COVID, then Bitcoin $1 million is just easy. Thank you very much. Hope to see you all and all.
Exactly, and that is to bring me up that is something I hear which is so true and so insane that 95% of the Bitcoin have been minted already, and 95% of people still don't get it. So still we have all this opportunity, and easily it's gonna go to 1 million and even higher, because the Bitcoin is valuated by a fiat currency that is going, by default, is going to zero, and nothing will stop to just go up and up and up, because Bitcoin is deflationary and fixed supply. So again, guys, I wouldn't be like, it's insane how many people always say to me, like, now the Bitcoin is $100,000, it's too late. And no, it's never too late. Like, too late was when Bitcoin was at 1,000. Too late was when Bitcoin was at 5,000. After 50,000, 20,000, 60,000 was too late. The last bull market, 67,000, was too late for many people. Now it's 100,000. Never is too late. Don't think like that. Just get some and you will see that never is too late. Just put what you can afford to lose and you will be rewarded just with patience. That's all. Let's see a little bit what Adam saying. I think that is someone, just one of them is saying something more realistic, but let's see what they're saying.
I'm gonna pick an arbitrary date. Let's call it 5 years from now. What is the price of Bitcoin, Dan?
750,000.
That's close to me. I was thinking in 10 years we're at 1 million. So that's my split the difference there. Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, a million easy.
Is there? Love that.
5 years. Let's see. I mean, I cannot really say not, because like you see, every day is more political, and once the state started buying Bitcoin and put it as a treasury, everybody want to do it, because nobody want to be left behind and be the last one to be the last one. No. So let's see. In 5 years, I don't really see it. But depending, everything can change one day to another. So we will keep track on it. And now I just want to point out something really important, because we have seen how the stablecoin have been coming to the space in order to help people to maintain the price when Bitcoin is so volatile during the bear market. It really helped you in that way. And now it start as being something that can help you to keep the price when Bitcoin is going down, so it will protect you from that. But later it start to be used as a payment use, which is really good, because it function much better than the fiat currency we have outside crypto, 1,000% much better. But little by little, USDT and all these stablecoins have been, mostly USDT had become his own beast. And there is something that Amos talk, which is about USDT having these reserves of Bitcoin, and instead of being backed by the USD, which is going to zero and everybody knows, it will be backed by Bitcoin, so it will just grow and grow and grow. Listen to this.
Tether, but I don't think it will make that big of a difference. But where does that leave Tether? I think there's an interesting question here to ask, which is what...
No, let me see. What is it? Share play. Well, what happened? Okay, guys, I think that you need to search for it. Let me see if I can. No, I cannot really sign out right now. So yeah, just look for this title and listen the video, because it's so interesting how he unfold what I just was saying to you, and it's such a important thing to keep in mind, because what they're playing is such a big role in the space, but it's also so good to see how his own business just growing, and that it make a big difference what the currency or the stablecoin is backed by Bitcoin, because then it will be unstoppable, and by default it just will go up and up and up, conserving his value instead of losing the value when it's backed by the the fiat USD that we have right now. Also, something else why you should buy a Bitcoin is, if you see what Matt is saying, he's just saying this response for animals are horrifying. The GOP will forever be haunted by taking photos with Elon, saying they believe in Dodge, praising the work, and then doing nothing to cut government waste, fraud, and abuse. Or elected leaders are fucking cowards. And it's something that he was pointing out, and Elon just respond, did my best. I mean, this is something I was just, everybody see it come, because they were saying all the time they're going to do reduce the expensive of the government entities and other, but they can't. It's just insane. They can't. The debt have been just going up and up and up, have been going completely parabolic, and there's no way to stop that on other beast. And then come Eric saying something. Even after landslide election, even after widespread public and politician support, even after Elon, federal government spending cannot be cut by $1, up only. Sovereign bonds market collapse and hyperinflation will be the end state, with a luck, the end of state. And that is so true. Something to keep in mind and to remember. They're never gonna happen, because governments are just they cannot manage money. So you need to get, I need to get Bitcoin, and it's just gonna get us out of the way of that mess they create for us and for the next generations. And that is why it's so important for new generations as well to get as soon as possible. There is a Bitcoin on the market, because there will be one moment will be so difficult, or you still can get it, but no so cheap like it's right now. 0.1 million for one Bitcoin, which is still super cheap, because those prices won't exist anymore. And just to finish now, I also wanted to end with a good news, which is this one, where the SEC finally dropped the lawsuit against Binance and CZ, which is also good for happy for him, but also for the whole space, because all this uncertainty and all these issues confronting always the whole space have been just dropping by the SEC, and it's something really good to hear. So that was all, guys. I would love to know what you think about it. Where do you think we're gonna to which price we're gonna go next in the next weeks or next month? And if you have any special coin you would like me to take a look, or if you would like to learn how my strategic work, just write in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and see you next time.